The way I got signed to Motown, which is a fitting label for me to be on, you know, but it wasn't by design. Well, it wasn't by my design, you know. It was signing to Motown was a business decision, but the fact that we ended up signing with Motown really, you know, it has a lot of meaning for me to be a part of that legacy, you know, a part of that tradition of making music. And in fact, you know, I have string arrangements on some of my albums by Paul Reiser, who was one of the arrangers down at Motown during, you know, Motown's heyday. So the same strings you hear on Rocket Love, you hear them also on Live Out Your Love, on my new album.
Live out your love. Live out your love.
So it really means a lot to be signed to that label. And the way that it happened was we sold records before we were signed. We were also on the radio before we were signed. So, you know, we were making a little noise, and the industry, you know, picked up on it. You know, who is this cat, you know, in Detroit who's not signed anybody, who's getting, you know, airplay? We weren't selling a lot of records, but we were showing up. There was buzz about us, and so 8 months after having released Chemistry, the album on my own label, Chemistry Records, we were sitting down with Kadar Massenberg over at Motown, because they had heard the record, they liked the record, and they just wanted to meet me, you know, and make sure that, you know, it was what we were presenting. What we were representing was the truth. And so I'm walking in New York, and I took my big keyboard. I'm walking down the street, walking down Broadway with a, you know, an 80-pound keyboard, you know, because I needed to have my own keyboard in order to play in front of these people, you know. So we walked into the Motown label meeting, and I sang a couple of songs. It was me and the saxophone player, and we sang Love Calls and maybe something else, and the rest is history.